All right, on this particular problem, you have this greater than absolute value inequality. So what we need to do is first isolate the absolute value expression. So we're going to subtract a 4 from both parts. Oops. And now, once we get this completely isolated, we're either going to sandwich or split the equations depending, or the inequality depending on whether we have a greater than or less than. A less than sandwiches, a greater than splits. So we're going to split this into two expressions. Each one is going to start with exactly what we began with. On the right side, we're going to compare it to what we had, the positive of it. To the left side, we're going to compare it to the negative. And in order to get to this negative, we multiply by a -1, which has to flip our symbol. So the symbol gets flipped here. And then it's just a matter of solving these. So if we add 8 to both sides, we get 2/5 n is less than or equal to 0. And then if we multiply by 5/2 to isolate our n, we get n is less than or equal to 0 times anything is going to remain 0. So that one stays exactly as it is. And then our other relationship, if we add 8 to both sides here, we get 2/5 n is greater than or equal to 16. Multiply by the reciprocal to get rid of our coefficient. We get n is greater than or equal to, 2 goes into 16, 8. 8 times 5 is 40. And so here's your two values. N is less than or equal to 0 or greater than or equal to 40. So if we wanted to write it, so this would be our inequality notation. If we wanted it in interval notation, n is less than, so it goes from -infinity all the way to 0. It does include 0, can never include infinity. And then the other interval is from 40 and on. So again, it is going to include 40. It extends to infinity, can never include infinity. And then just a union of set symbol in between.